What up, y'all? It's your boy, One Sir Grove. This is episode 40 of C4CW, casting 495 celebrities worldwide. I hope that each and every one of you is having a blessed day, wherever you are in the world, whether it's day, afternoon, night, somewhere in between, evening, who knows? Because I don't know, where you are in the world, wherever you are, man. I hope that you're having a blessed day, evening, night, and that's for real. So, tonight's topic is Kavanaugh, 1, and number 2, Chevy Chase. You're probably like, dude, I already talked about Kavanaugh, man. I'm not going to go too deeply into it. I've been watching the hearing. I've been seeing the shit on TV, dude, and it's dumb. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to our country, and the whole thing is over the top fucking stupid. I'm not even going to dwell on it. If you want to know my feelings with regard to such, I don't even really want to talk about it at this point, man. Not right now. So you can go back if you haven't already, and you can listen to previous episodes somewhere in the 30s range. After I'd say like 35, I discuss it. And so Chevy Chase, man, I like this guy. I like Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase, American actor, grew up, man, watching dude. Man, on fucking TV and movies and shit. Hilarious guy. And I really agree with what he said about Lorne from Saturday Night Live, and how Mr. Lorne has, look, man, I like SNL. Let's just get one thing straight, okay? Let's be clear about something here. I'm not here to bash Saturday Night Live. I will forever and always be a fan of SNL, because SNL is... it's timeless. It really is. And Lorne Michaels, I have respect for Mr. Michaels. I'm in my early 40s, as I have said, almost a half a century old, and I grew up in the 70s and 80s. And I had family members who were devout SNL Saturday Night Live watchers and viewers. I formed my own opinions. My household, there were shows that were watched that I didn't like. I liked Saturday Night Live, and I still do to this day. Albeit, Saturday Night Live has had some very bad, poorly organized, poorly coordinated, poorly written storylines and scripts, man. Comedy sketches in the past few years. And, you'd have to be dim-witted to not really take notice. Like, if you don't take notice, man, it's very sad, because it's one of two things. Either you're someone who just sadly doesn't have the capability with which to understand the history of Saturday Night Live and where it's gone in terms of the downturn, the poor quality as of late, or you're in fucking denial and you know the shit is true and you're just pretending like it's not. It's one of those two things, man. Mathematically. And, of course, there's always that statistical outlier, but it's going to be one of those two things. Saturday Night Live, dude, has been the creme de la creme, upper crust of the world of comedy. Comedians, a lot of people who are famous now in the world of movies, Hollywood, entertainment, they came from Saturday Night Live. They had been on Saturday Night Live. Their careers were jump-started by way of Saturday Night Live, by having been on Saturday Night Live, associated with Saturday Night Live. See, Saturday Night Live is the hallmark, in my opinion, of my humble opinion, of comedy improv. Because, of course, you write, right? You write, and you'll be a writer, but then you'll have some things that you would like to be improv, in addition to those skeletal frames of writing that you have crafted, that you have written. So in other words, what I mean by that, if someone just kind of passively, not so much paying attention, but just kind of dialed into this podcast, by the way, thank you sincerely for dialing in, tapping into the podcast, and having a listen to our style, my style, 495 style of reporting and podcasting. But yeah, so when it comes to writing for film, for media, for a TV show, for a sitcom, that is a situational comedy, it's right out of, it's a kind of a no-brainer, but for those who don't really study or follow the craft, not everything is always scripted. You're probably like, duh, that's what improv is when it's improvisational and it's improv. Right, but some people, dude, they don't fucking know and they don't understand because they've never really thought about it and they just don't know how it works behind the scenes. Sometimes there is a basic script, some kind of rough outline in terms of what the direction is supposed to take, the trajectory in which it is all supposed the direction in which it is all supposed to go and follow. And then those same writers and producers, they say, well, this is the kind of general idea, general idea and general premise, basic premise rather. It's kind of a guideline, like, all right, we know that this is kind of like the sketch roughly about where we would like it to be. And then from there, you just fucking make the shit up on the fly. We encourage that. Like, we want you to just make up some shit. Like, here's the rough outline, the general idea. Just fucking go with it, man. Just run with it and have fucking fun with it. So you'll see that in different movies and shows now. I'll give you another example. Larry David. Larry David has been associated with Saturday Night Live. And I'm talking about Larry David from Seinfeld. The Larry David Curb Your Enthusiasm show. Larry David, stand-up comedian. Larry David. Larry David is one of the funniest dudes in the entire universe. He is. Master comedian, master writer. Dude is solid through and through. I've seen every single Curb Your Enthusiasm to date, save for the most recent, season 9? I believe it's season 9. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I believe season 8, unless I'm out of sequence with this, season 8 was with Michael J. Fox playing himself, Michael J. Fox. Larry David is a brilliant mastermind. The man is an absolute mastermind. And he's got JB Smoove with him on the Curb Your Enthusiasm show. When you watch the outtakes, the behind the scenes of Curb Your Enthusiasm, what you find out is not only is it brilliant, it's exceptionally extraordinarily fucking brilliant. None of it's scripted, man. Not really. They talk about that. They just kind of have a general idea and they're just like, run with it. So it's all made up on the fly. Like, they just make the shit up. When you watch the Larry David Curb Your Enthusiasm show, you would swear that it's a scripted show because you're like, this is masterful, this is brilliant, and it is, but it's improv. So you're watching a show where shit is just being made up, like the whole everything. There really is no script. It's just like, all right, let's just go with it, man, and everything will just kind of develop and morph as we go, very spontaneously. So spontaneity is a key ingredient in that formula. And so back to SNL. Chevy Chase, some people may say Chevy Chase is a dick. They may say, dude, what a fucking prick. How dare you, Mr. Chevy Chase? I would say to those folk, how dare them? And how dare you? Chevy Chase has made a point, and I read his point, and I concur, and I agree with what he has stated with his statements, with his remarks. Because his remarks are remarkable. They do make logical sense. And yeah, I get it. He used language that was profane. They were obscenities. Well, fucking why not? I mean, he's Chevy Chase. He's a goddamn fucking comedian. And, all these holier than thou, pious types. It's like, come on, dude. Like, it's the world of fucking comedy. All right? My mother was a sailor in that she was in the U.S. Army and Navy. Okay, so she was a soldier. She was a sailor. She was with the U.S. Navy for 20 plus years. She worked in naval communications and she was, with military intelligence. But nonetheless, she was a U.S. Naval enlisted person, in the armed forces. And she was with the United States Navy. But she didn't have a sailor's mouth, foul mouth, as one says. I have her sailor's mouth, okay? So it comes out in me, all right? And man, I fucking gotta tell you, man, that I totally goddamn agree with Chevy Chase. Go back, Google Chevy Chase says negative things about Saturday Night Live. I don't really think Chevy Chase fucking hates or despises Saturday Night Live. He's just being honest, though, dude, that the shit hasn't been funny in forever, dude. It just really, I mean, there's been some highlights. There's been some times where it's like, whoa, this is kind of reminiscent of how Saturday Night used to be. Man, look, I even did a sketch on Reverb Nation where I said to myself, or I'm sorry, where this person's in front of me and I don't know why she just doesn't turn the fucking wheel and just go. I don't know. It's one of those things. Someone's on his fucking phone or her phone and the rubberneck. You know, I always talk about this shit. It's just like, dude, just go, dude. Just go with your stupid fucking goddamn car, right? Turn your fucking wheel, crank your motherfucking wheel, and just get the fuck out of the way, okay? You don't have to look, back and forth. Back and forth is cool a few times when there's traffic. But when there's no motherfucking traffic, man, god damn it, just get your fucking car. Do you not know how to drive? Like, how did you get a driver's license? How the fuck did you get a driver? What are you looking? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And people are sitting there like, yeah, dude, see the flasher, see the high beams? It's like, that's a signal like, go, but then you're waiting like 15 seconds. And we're looking at you and you're like, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm sure if you're doing that after you've had your license for many years, I'm sure if you're doing it at this one particular space and this one particular area, at this one particular point in the matrix of real world, matrix world, yeah, in the fucking real world matrix, if you're doing it right now, you probably do it throughout the day wherever you drive. You probably do it at just about every fucking corner, every stop, every intersection, like left and right, left and right, left and right, left, just like a windshield wiper. You're doing it too much, dude. It's time to motherfucking go. Multiply that times the number of times that you do that throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month. Dude, you're wasting fucking time on roads in America. You're holding up commerce, dude. Get your motherfucking car around the goddamn fucking corner. Move your motherfucking car when it's your turn to fucking go, dude. Okay? Because if not, dude, you're just a fucking asshole. So anyway, back to what I was saying, man, in conclusion here, because we're at 12 minutes and 18 seconds in this. Chevy Chase, dude, is absolutely 100% correct. He's not wrong in any way, shape, or form. He's not wrong. He's right. And yes, it's my opinion, but my opinion is fucking dope. And I'm telling you, man, the old Saturday Night Live was incredible. It was amazing. It was fabulous. And that's how comedy's supposed to be done. A lot of this shit nowadays, dude, is just hit or miss, and it's mostly miss. And I even did a sketch on Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, man, if you're familiar with my Reverb Nation page, out of the 1,000 sketches, raps, whatever, commentaries that I've done, I talk about it. And I even wrote a letter, audio letter to Lorne Michaels. And I said, out of the utmost respect that I have for you, sir, the show's not funny right now. And it's not. And, I'll work, for you for free, just to show you how, I believe it ought to be done to take it back to the way that it used to be. Because it's very simple. If I were a producer on Saturday Night Live, I would be making, and I had latitude. I'm saying hypothetically, if I were a writer on Saturday Night Live, like Lorne Michaels, if he hired me and he said, Grove, you're kind of fucking fresh, man. I like your style, dude. Your shit makes sense. And I know you're controversial because you say a lot of controversial, crazy, over the top, outrageous shit. And it's shock jock, radio shit. And I get that. It's just brazenly fucking brazy, the shit that you say and do. And I get it. They're antics and, it's your shit. That's how you roll. Nonetheless, I understand it and I'm fucking cool with it. And you respect me and I respect that. And dude, fucking, you know what, man? Hey, it's a movie. So I'm gonna give you a shot, man, to go ahead and be able to get behind the boards here, man. And work with some teams of writers and comedians and shit and come up with how you think the show should be done for, 90 days. We're going to just let you fuck with the shit and just see what you can come up with, man. In your most creative ways, we're going to see how the fuck, because it's already bullshit. And I know it's bullshit, Grove. So, we've been lacking and we've let shit fucking slip and we've let it slide and lapse. And you're right, man. So out of everyone who has made these points, you're just kind of a random fucking dude that's got a podcast and blog and shit, and you put out this book, DJ with an Uzi, and you're making it into a movie and shit. And yeah, dude, fucking I heard your shit. One of one of my people.